PSA to anyone watching, she is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man. Bang! I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan? Butter pecan? Bang! Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops. What?
Big mama.
Damn.
Big mama. That big mama.
You got no time. You literally got a bra on and booty shorts on with your booty cheek hanging out the bottom of it. Like, why?
I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader outside of rebounding her own missed layups. What does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night, and for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
Angel Reese experienced what might be her most humiliating performance to date on the grandest basketball stage at the iconic United Center, the NBA's largest arena. Broadcasted live to a nationwide audience, she scored a mere 4 points, shooting just 2 of 7, as the Indiana Fever completely dominated the Chicago Sky with a crushing 27-point victory. But here's the shocking part. The Fever didn't even have Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, or their head coach in the lineup. The defining moment that truly sealed Reese's fall from grace? Stay tuned, because in this video, we'll reveal how Caitlin Clark made a bold move on live TV that instantly put Reese firmly in her place.
Reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be, but the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled.
You can tell a player isn't truly a magnet when ticket prices drop to the level of a gas station candy bar. The game at the United Center was meant to be Angel Reese's prime opportunity to demonstrate she could draw crowds and viewers independently without relying on Caitlin Clark as the headliner. Throughout the entire season, the Chicago Sky relentlessly promoted the idea that Reese was just as much a box office sensation as Clark, that fans tuned in to see her in action as well.
Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. "It's because of me too, and I want..."
Once Caitlin Clark confirmed she was sidelined with her quad injury, ticket prices plummeted from premium rates to a mere $3. You couldn't even buy a good cup of coffee for that amount. Yet people were willing to shell out that small sum just to watch Angel Reese take the court at the United Center. This wasn't minor fluctuation either. We're talking about tickets originally priced at exclusive levels for what was billed as a high-profile showdown between two of the league's supposed megastars. As soon as Clark's absence was officially announced, the secondary market collapsed. Scalpers couldn't even give these tickets away, and fans who had been eager for the matchup suddenly cooled off. Clearly, we now see one true star shining through.
Last night was somewhat of a big moment for Angel Reese and the Chicago Bravado. For starters, the WNBA moved the game out of the local dump the Bravado usually play in and relocated to the United Center, which is the largest arena in the NBA, holding over 20,000 people. Now, to their credit, there seemed to be a good crowd in the United Center last night. I had someone who was at the game send me a few pictures, and most sections seemed to be filled. It wasn't a sellout, but there was supposedly over 19,000 people in attendance. Of course, it's easier to draw a decent crowd when tickets are selling for $3 hours before the game starts.
Social media laid it all out. Fans shared screenshots of the $3 tickets, pairing them with laughing emojis and jokes about how they could take their entire family to watch the Sky for less than the price of parking. The buzz that had been building for this United Center showdown evaporated even faster than a deflated basketball. Let's be honest, this was supposed to be Chicago's moment to shine. The Sky had been strongly claiming that Reese had her own dedicated fan base, that she was must-watch TV, and that viewers tuned in specifically to see her perform. But when the moment of truth arrived and Clark's absence didn't deter interest, the market's response was crystal clear. Fans actually showed who they truly wanted to see.
What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game of...
Compared to past games where Caitlin Clark's presence sparked record-breaking ticket sales and packed arenas, the difference was night and day. Fans queued hours before tip-off just to catch a glimpse of Clark warming up, filling the stands with anticipation and excitement. The stark contrast was impossible to ignore. Those sellout crowds and lively atmospheres vanished entirely without her on the court, highlighting just how much influence she truly held over attendance and enthusiasm.
There were people in the crowd getting there early saying, "Hey Caitlin, can you sign my jersey? Hey Aaliyah, can you sign my shirt? Hey Sophie, can you sign my picture?" There were people asking for autographs in the Chicago Sky crowd that weren't even born yet the last time the Chicago Sky scored this little amount of points. There were people in the crowd who weren't even a thought in their parents' mind at the time that the Chicago Sky last scored at least 52 points, the lowest point total since 2000. And
even Chicago Sky supporters appeared less eager without the Clark showdown to inspire excitement. The atmosphere transitioned from electrifying anticipation to a sense of resigned duty. Fans who had previously organized watch parties suddenly found other plans for their Friday night. This ticket price collapse was just the first sign of Angel Reese's most troubling nightmare unfolding on the grandest stage. The $3 tickets foreshadowed precisely the kind of performance we were about to see from Chicago's star players.
Angel Reese, part 38, let's get it! Life throws her lemons, she makes bricks. Bang! PSA to anyone watching, she is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man. Bang! I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan? Butter pecan? Bang! Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops. What?
4 points on just 2 of 7 shooting over 27 minutes during a primetime broadcast. That's an instant reputation wreck. The United Center was making history as it hosted its very first WNBA game. CBS had canceled all other programs, ensuring a competition-free primetime slot. Instead, viewers witnessed Angel Reese deliver what analysts termed a disaster class, a total meltdown, on the sport's biggest stage, leaving a lasting impression of failure in real time.
For a fact, this might have been the first WNBA game broadcast on CBS in prime time. If it's not the first, it's one of very few. This was a big moment. I'm sure the WNBA would call it historic. Angel Reese is playing in an NBA arena in prime time on network television on Saturday night. Outside of regular season baseball, maybe the College World Series, there was no competition on television. The eyes of the sports world were focused on Angel Reese and the WNBA. And Angel Reese once again proved why no one is watching.
Let's dissect just how disastrous this performance truly was. Reese scored a mere 4 points, missing 5 out of her 7 shots, including 2 cringe-worthy missed layups that drew collective groans from the crowd. One of those attempts was completely blocked, and the cameras caught every look of her visible frustration as the game slipped further out of reach. For someone touted as Chicago's superstar and claimed as a major box office attraction, this stat line was utterly devastating and impossible to dismiss.
Caitlin Clark is averaging more assists per game than Angel Reese is averaging points per game this season. 9.3 points per assist per game, 9.3 assists per game. Let me just bring it up to 9.1 points per game.
And what made this even more humiliating? Reese looked entirely out of her element. She made questionable choices, appeared overwhelmed by the spotlight, and seemed to have no solution for Indiana's relentless defensive pressure. The cameras captured every frustrated headshake and disappointed gesture, every missed shot echoing her mounting frustration as shot after shot clangor off the rim. It was a performance that left no doubt about how much pressure she couldn't handle.
Bang! Another diabolical stat. She's 19 of 59 from less than 5 feet away. How about that, man? Dang. She should work at housekeeping for hotels because she could turn it over quickly. Lost by 27, scored only 4 points against the Indiana Fever. I mentioned no Caitlin Clark, no problem, give and go. Like a given no shot of working. Bang!
You prefer car or plane?
Car or plane for what? For how you want to travel! That's too many steps and you can't do that. Bang!
This wasn't just a few missed shots. It was a display of a player who seemed completely out of place on the court with a professional team. The crowd's reaction said it all. What had begun as eager excitement quickly wilted into restless disappointment. Fans who had paid good money to witness this showdown grew visibly frustrated as Reese's struggles persisted. By the fourth quarter, some spectators were already making their way to the exits. And here's what makes this performance even more humiliating. Leading up to the game, Reese was all over social media, flaunting her celebrity status and exuding confidence. But when the moment of truth arrived and the lights shined the brightest, she crumbled under the pressure, completely folding when it mattered most.
What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game of...
The Sky's offensive woes extended far beyond just Reese. Her struggles were painfully evident and particularly difficult to watch. No Chicago player managed to reach double figures, and the team totaled just 52 points. Yet amid that team-wide failure, Reese's performance stood out as the most glaring letdown. One analyst didn't hold back, declaring that Angel Reese once again proves she's nowhere near Caitlin Clark's level. This wasn't merely a rough game. It was a total collapse on the sport's brightest stage, women's basketball's ultimate showcase. The Fever capitalized fully on this meltdown, even without their star player on the court, demonstrating how far Reese still has to go to rise to the top.
Unfortunately, Angel Reese brought her outfit and left her game at home. She brought the nice hat, she brought the nice boots, she brought the nice jacket, she brought the nice gloves, but unfortunately, she left her game at home. 4 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists in 27 minutes of action, a minus 23 turnovers as the Chicago Sky, without Caitlin Clark, without Sophie Cunningham, without...
This wasn't Angel Reese's first public fall from grace against the Fever. It's a concerning pattern that has been developing over the past few months. Let's rewind to May 17th when the Indiana Fever routed the Chicago Sky 93-58 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That 35-point blowout wasn't just a rough game. It marked the start of what would soon become Angel Reese's most embarrassing nightmare when facing Indiana.
Angel Reese gets up, Aaliyah Boston shoves her, gives her a little stiffy. Hey, don't come at Caitlin. But look at her, Angel Reese upset. Oh my gosh. Hey man, this was hilarious. Look, Angel Reese was pissed. Look at her, she was still going out there a little bit. Look, took the jersey out. What's going on? Look.
During that May matchup, Reese made a clear move to get physical with Caitlin Clark, trying to intimidate her and throw her off her rhythm. You could see Reese growing more aggressive, making contact whenever possible, perhaps in an attempt to assert some kind of dominance over Clark, but her tactics completely backfired, as the Fever coasted to one of the most lopsided victories in WNBA history. What makes this pattern so damaging to Reese's reputation is that the May defeat wasn't just a one-off slip-up. It marked the beginning of a deeply one-sided rivalry. The Fever are now 2-0 against Chicago this season, with both games ending in decisive blowouts. In both contests, Reese has been the consistent factor in these disastrous results, highlighting a troubling pattern in her play against Indiana.
I thought Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were cool, but I don't know, man. The way Angel got up, she was like, Look at her. Ooh. I mean, she was getting after it, fam. Oh my goodness. Now, the funny thing was Caitlin Clark sniffing, walking away. Hold on, let me see if I can get a good angle. Oh yeah, look. watch Caitlin Clark's face right here. Watch this.
fan reactions tell the full story. Social media is overwhelmed with side-by-side highlights from both games, emphasizing how Reese has consistently struggled when facing Indiana. Comments range from doubts about her ability to perform under pressure to outright mockery of her efforts to match Clark. The Fever's 35-point victory in May, followed by this 27-point blowout at the United Center, clearly illustrate a troubling trend. Reese's confidence appears to disintegrate every time she goes up against Indiana. Her aggressive moves backfire, her shot selection crumbles, and she looks completely lost on the court.
Clock is winding down. You got to close out with the hand up. Her hands were down and Howard knocked it down, and that is a travel.
Reese drags the pivot foot, gives the ball back to Indiana. 8 to shoot. Boston this time working against Reese. Pivots, puts it up.
There's a more.
What we're witnessing isn't merely poor performances, it's the total erosion of Angel Reese's confidence and reputation specifically against Indiana. The Fever have drilled so deeply into her psyche that she struggles to function effectively whenever they're on the court. This pattern highlights something much larger about both players' legacies and the trajectory of this ongoing rivalry. The Fever were missing 3 key pieces of their roster, yet they still delivered a commanding 27-point victory, leaving the Sky looking like a high school team up against seasoned professionals.
No Caitlin Clark, no problem. No Sophie Cunningham, no problem. No head coach Stephanie White, have no fear. The final boss, Austin Kelly, is here. The Chicago Sky, we came into your building and we just, from pillar to post, smacked you guys around.
Kelsey Mitchell delivered a spectacular performance, leading the Fever with 17 points on a strong 5 of 11 shooting. Along with her scoring, she contributed 5 rebounds and 2 assists, demonstrating why she remains a vital veteran force for this team. By taking charge of the offense and relentlessly preventing Chicago from building any momentum, Mitchell's leadership was unmistakable right from the opening tip. Her presence on the court was a catalyst for Indiana's dominant victory.
This time steps right through the heart of the defense and blows by Chicago. The winds off of Lake Michigan. Loses Atkins, step back mini, knocks it down. Oh, the connection to Howard. How about the finish from Mitchell?
And she may be the quickest guard in the league with the ball in her hand.
And here's where it gets even more remarkable. Ari McDonald come off the bench and torch the Sky with an explosive 12-point performance. After signing a hardship contract, McDonald wasted no time making Chicago regret every mistake they made. She controlled the offense as if she had been with the team all season, showcasing a basketball IQ that clearly distinguishes true professionals from pretenders.
But both teams facing a little bit of adversity, having certain players out or not at full capacity.
McDonald, a huge triple in the corner. Mitchell, patient in the corner, flips it up top. Boston, other side. McDonald, another 3. I'm loving it.
The Fever's exceptional ball movement perfectly exemplified their superior basketball fundamentals. They tallied 20 assists on 27 made field goals, reflecting a selfless, team-oriented style of play that Chicago simply couldn't contend with. Every possession looked fluid, sharp, and intentional, while the Sky appeared scattered and disconnected on the other end. Acting head coach Austin Kelly deserves immense praise for maintaining focus and flawlessly executing the game plan in Stephanie White's absence. Kelly stepped in seamlessly, and the team demonstrated remarkable depth and professionalism throughout Indiana's organization. After the game, Kelly highlighted the importance of defense, saying, "Our best defense is when our offense is clicking," underscoring how well-coordinated and disciplined the Fever were during this dominant performance.
Yes, sir.
Great job. All right, great job.
Thanks, Daddy.
It started for us on the defensive end. We set the tone from the jump and never looked back. All right. Their starters, 8 for 29 from the field. Hell of a job. Great attention to detail. That's less than 30%. We held them 32% for the game.
Natasha Howard delivered a highly efficient 13 points, showcasing her scoring prowess, while Aaliyah Boston contributed 11 points along with 5 rebounds and 5 assists, exemplifying her all-around impact. Even Lexi Hull reached a personal milestone, surpassing 500 career points during this commanding blowout. The diverse scoring contributions and consistent effort from everyone on the court highlighted how deep and talented the Fever's roster truly is. Their relentless lockdown defense and intelligent rotations kept Chicago to a mere 52 points. Indiana pressured relentlessly, forcing turnovers, contesting every shot, and making the Sky earn every point, leaving no room for ease or comfort on the opposing side.
All right, great job there. All right, we won the boards. All right, and they're a second chance points team. All right, and we won that area as well. Taking away their strengths was something that we did a great job of. All right.
Just extremely proud of y'all. We stayed locked in, we stayed together, we executed the scout at a very high level. Just multiple levels of effort. Everything that we've asked of you today, we put it in there, and from now, again, stacking days, building on those moments where we're stringing those possessions together, right? Building on those great possessions on defense and on offense. Great, hell of a job, y'all. High level.
This victory demonstrated that the Indiana Fever are far more than just Caitlin Clark's team. They are genuine championship contenders, ready to compete at the highest level whether their star is on the court or not. The team's depth, strategic coaching, and championship mindset shown in this dominant United Center performance sent a powerful message across the league. Indiana is serious about claiming the title in 2025. This game solidified the narrative that the Fever are rising while the Sky are faltering. Angel Reese's meager 4-point showing on national television revealed exactly where the rivalry currently stands, completely one-sided in Indiana's favor. With a roster packed with resilience and talent, the Fever are positioning themselves as legitimate title contenders. Caitlin Clark is set for re-evaluation on June 9th and could return as early as Tuesday against the Atlanta Dream. Just imagine the chaos when Clark rejoins this burgeoning Indiana powerhouse, especially considering they already crushed their rivals by 27 points without her. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on the screen for more, and we'll see you in the next one.